I just bought a condo in Punta Cana and it is fully booked for the next 3 years. I know. Too good to be true, right? Let me explain the entire thing. This is Maple Suites, a condo complex of one-bedroom apartments that should be completed by the middle of 2026. Cortecito is a beach neighborhood on the northern edge of Punta Cana, and this property sits just 1 block from the beach. It'll come eventually with a beach club and actually houses a full veterans clinic inside, serving U.S. veterans who are service-connected for all of their medical care. Now let me explain how I have this thing rented for the next few years, and I'll give you a tour as well. Boardwalk Developments created this building, along with other projects in the area like Maple Beach right next door and Legacy Beaches up in, well, next to Meaches. The owner of Boardwalk Developments is somebody named Cheryl Henderson, a longtime realtor expat living here in Punta Cana. Cheryl also is the owner of something called the VCI, Veterans Care International, which is essentially a privately owned veterans clinic for U.S. veterans getting service here in the Dominican Republic. It's something that the United States does called a Foreign Medical Program. They have these private clinics around the world that they partner with through the FMP program. So here's how I'm getting this apartment rented from me for the next few years. When veterans decide to get their service-connected care taken care of here in Punta Cana at the VCI uses a program they created called Where Veterans Are VIP. That program funds the hotel stay for 1 week for a veteran and their spouse, a couple of meals each day for these folks that are coming to visit, and 1 or 2 excursions for the week that they're here. Now, in the course of that week, those folks are going to the clinic, the veterans clinic called VCI here in Punta Cana. The medical bills are covered through the Foreign Medical Program, but Where Veterans Are VIP, the entity paying for the hotel stay, the food, and the excursions, that whole thing is funded by corporate and not-for-profit sponsors, all of which are supportive of veterans' causes. Not-for-profits make sense, but on the for-profit side, you have the Cheryl Henderson Collective, who directs marketing dollars rather than to Facebook ads or some other medium. Those marketing dollars go into Where Veterans Are VIP to take care of the hotel stay, the excursions, and the food for veterans coming down here for their service-connected care. Look, I'm not a veteran. All those terms for veterans need to make sense. Service-connected care. All I could do is drop a link down in the description for Veterans Care International if you want to be part of that program and come down here and have your service-connected care taken care of. But this video is more for the investor, the person looking to buy in Punta Cana that wants to make sure that they've got income and cash flow on their property. So as this building gets completed, the Where Veterans Are VIP program, rather than paying for hotel stays somewhere else, instead is going to pay owners of this building in Maple Suites, like me, $1,500 US a month for up to 3 years, depending on the lease terms that you choose, so that they become the renter and they place veterans each week that they come down here for their service-connected care in one of these condos. But the trade-off for me is I don't have to manage it. I don't need to hire a management company. I collect $1,500 a month. I pay for certain things like HOA, Wi-Fi, beach club fees, and insurances, estimated to be in the range of about $400 a month, and the remaining $1,000 to $1,100 is cash flow. Of course, you should still set aside some of that money for other maintenance upkeep, washer dryer goes, furnishings, whatever, but you get the point. The other option is you can simply list this property on Airbnb or VRBO or wherever and actively manage it. It is very close to the beach. Cortecito, Corrales are, to me, the best Airbnb markets there are. So while with effort, I could probably make more money through Airbnb, my word of 2026 is simplicity. And this program, Where Veterans Are VIP, renting condos in Maple Suites for $1,500 for 2 to 3 years, that leans all into simplicity for me. In fact, I'm actually contemplating whether or not I should buy a second one, and I'll explain why. I have 2 sons. To me, 2 condos in this building, long-term, have appreciation value, cash flow, and when they're ready to go to college or do whatever they want to do, I can maybe sign these over to them then, and they do what they do with them, or at a minimum, they each get left one in our will. Just a thought I'm actually contemplating right now. Now, you may say, well, what happens if they can't pay that $1,500 a month? What if the demand dries up? It's a fair question, one I've contemplated. I could tell you from talking to Cheryl and her team that there is outsized demand right now for the service of the Veterans Care International. So the marketing dollars going to paying for the veterans to stay here makes a lot of sense, and it doesn't look like it has any sort of reduction in demand in the near future. But for me, everything is about calculating risk. If after a year, let's say, the program dries up and they can't do this anymore, then fine. I take it back, I Airbnb it, or I rent it out long-term myself. It's still in Cortecito, Corrales. It's still an area that has tremendous upside, needs work, don't get me wrong, not the building, but the area, but it's close to a beach, and as we sit today in 2026, with all the variables I just discussed, it's still the hottest and best Airbnb market that there is in the Punta Cana region. Now, a lot of veterans that watch this, they understand the FMP exclusively, so I just want to speak to you very quickly here. It's been made very clear to me that the FMP is for medical only. That program does not provide the services of the hotel stay or the condo stay, the food or anything like that. That is completely separate. I really liked how specific they were with that because they say, hey, look, we want to make sure that the FMP knows that we're running things by the book with them. Some veterans have their doubts about that. I can't change that. All I can tell you is what I was told. And of course, in the interest of always full transparency on how this is all funded, how it all works, understand as well that I know Cheryl, I've met Cheryl, and she's somebody that I've learned to trust. And people that are going to buy in this building or any other project that I talk about, there's definitely a kickback that comes my way. I need you all to be clear on that. But that doesn't change the fact that you get a condo, a block from the beach, in the best short-term rental market in the area, in an area that's had the roads redone recently and some of the drainage fixed, still has some things to get done for sure, and with the opportunity to participate in a program that will give you guaranteed income for the next 2 to 3 years, where you're going to trade off using this for yourself in order to have ease and simplicity of cash flow. That's what they're doing. That's what I'm bought into. That's what I'm sharing with all of you. And let me show you this condo real quick. I'm sitting in a model unit. I opened up the door, I walked in, and it's a beautiful little condo that we're in right now. Over here is the kitchen, which whoever designed it actually looks pretty good. And this area over here will be a laundry room, probably with a stackable washer dryer. I did want to check out the fridge, and inside I saw a bottle of water. Lucky me. So now I can wet my whistle. Round the corner here is the bathroom, which is nicely done. I like how it's laid out. I even saw this guy pop up in the mirror for a second, and then he disappeared. What a creeper. Through the bathroom on the right, you'll see a nice closet, plenty of room for a person or two to be in this place. And then over here is the bedroom, which when I initially saw the size of the room, it felt small, but with all the furniture in it, it's actually a nice sized room. Out of the bedroom, I walked out to the terrace outside, which goes all the way down to the front of the living room as well. And there's all this work I'm doing right now. I got tired. So I passed out for a while. Felt good. I was joined by a couple of friends in the living room, both this good-looking guy sitting in the middle and the extremely sexy man laying over on this side of the couch. And this other dude in the chair thought it was all amazing. Before returning right here to this chair so I could talk to all of you. Now, the rest of this building is an active construction zone, and I haven't been here for a few months, so I'm going to go with you to where my condo is so we can see what it looks like and look at some of the progress along the way. All right, let's head out. Let me show you what this looks like out here. All right, so if you've been here with me before, you'll see like they've got floors down. Those floors weren't here the last time I came. Over here as well, some floors down, which is great to see. And then if I think I go around through here, no, let me go through the middle. So I just came inside this part of the building. This is now where they're going to be putting the VCI clinic. So if you're renting your unit, if you are, to the where Veterans Are VIP program, and those veterans are coming down here, again, you're not placing them. Where Veterans VIP are placing them here, they get to walk right in here and use this clinic, which is pretty cool. So inside, you'll see these different exam rooms as I walk around. They've got this massage room and obviously a gym that they're still building. This whole area is still being built, but this little spot that I'm in is coming together. So, hello. On my way out of the clinic, I bumped into 2 different veterans who were here doing the exact tour that I just talked about. And it's good to hear from them that they're having the exact experience that's promised. And who knows, maybe these guys will use my apartment one day when they come back down for another week. All right, so we're up on the 3rd floor. We're gonna go take a look at my place. So over here, let me show you this. That's where the pool will be, right there. You can see they're doing some work out here. And then down this hallway, and look at me, look what I'm doing. Yeah! It's just how I roll, everybody. It's just how I roll. Let's see, we're gonna hop across here. Yike! Come down here. And we'll go to what I believe is my unit, my apartment unit, which is, I think, this one right here, if I'm not mistaken. So there it is. Voila. Inside, you can see it's still being worked on right now, but they're doing some stuff in there. They're doing some stuff. Here's a one without the workers in it so you can get a sense. They got this piping going down the floor before they cover it up. But you have the view outside, some condos here. This building is also owned by Boardwalk with future development plans, of course. And then the beach is right over there. But what I liked about where I got this right next door here is we're far enough back from that main road so you get the quiet there, and we're far enough back from the pool so that whoever stays in my particular apartment gets that quiet as well. And that, my friends, is what it looks like. So look, if this is something you're thinking about investing in, Boardwalk Developments, there's a link down below, a referral form that you can get on. They'll reach out to you and you can talk to them about potentially buying one of the last few units remaining in this apartment complex. And on that call, if you want to rent the unit to where Veterans Are VIP, have that conversation with them. And they'll tell you how you can rent it for 2 or 3 years with guaranteed cash flow and go from there. All right, I gotta jump across this water again. Be sure to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.